Jay Tyler from Wheatstone is back with us. Jay, hello.
Hello, Paul. Thanks for having us back.
You have a new console to tell us about, the GSX. So what's the news here? We know about the LXE, which has been out for a couple of years, with new features like soft buttons at the time. So how does this console fit into that line?
Well, the GSX is actually built on the LXE platform. And when we were building LXE, we knew that we were going to have some offshoots of it. And actually, in the little DMX is some DNA of the LXE. So what we did is we're positioning the GSX right below the LXE, and it's going to probably replace the E1 and the LX24. A lot of features and stuff that customers have been asking for. And what we did is we employed those in the GSX, and it fits right in our product line. So our customers don't have to buy our flagship today to get the features they may need to use tomorrow. So the GSX is sort of modular in its software ability, so you can add features to it, and it's about roughly 25% less than a standard LXE is now.
It kind of goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway, that this has been a year of unprecedented change in our industry, and workflows have been deeply affected by that. So how does this new Surface fit into that environment?
Well, one of the big things is we don't know what's coming. If I was at IBC last year telling you that next year everybody's going to be working from home and nobody's going to be going to radio stations and the Kodak manufacturers are going to be the richest people in the industry, you might have thought I was a little crazy. But here we are during COVID-19, and one of the things that we've been doing is remote broadcast. And there's several different flavors of that remote broadcast. That could be somebody working on a console from home, contributing back to the radio station. It could be somebody working from home on a laptop, controlling all the sources at the radio station. And then we got this whole thing about virtualization. We may need to control stuff that's not local to the home studio or local to the radio station anymore. And so we took all those different scenarios into the design of GSX, making sure it can communicate with local sources, remote sources, also virtualized cloud sources that are coming.
What about the network aspects of this? I mean, you have a big installed base of WheatNet IP. So how does this new Surface fit into that?
Well, like any of our surfaces, it can be added to the first system we ever shipped back in 2008, or you could build a brand new system on Blade 4. The GSX is actually utilizing the Blade 4 mix engine. So a customer would simply have to update their existing Blade 1, 2, or 3 to the same version of the Blade 4 hardware, plug it into the Ethernet switch, and then they can take full advantage of GSX. It's that easy.
So major features that we haven't mentioned yet, or other selling points. What do we need to take away as the bullet points for this GSX?
Well, one of the things is that you can build a GSX to be our full LXE flagship. So you've got modular software components in there that allowed you to build that and build that surface based on the actual needs of your requirements today, not tomorrow. So we're going to save some people a little money on the front end, but we still believe in beautiful control surface. So the ergonomics of this things are incredible. It's very low profile. We've moved the meters to a screen. It takes one Ethernet connection, one power connection for the whole entire board. Because we still build our own hardware here, we believe in broadcast reliability and redundancy. And the GSX, we can offer you two rugged rack mount power supplies that run in unison at half load. And if one of those was to have an external power failure or something like that, the other one's going to take over the load of it. The blade's going to notify you that you're running on one power supply. Also, it takes advantage of the redundancy in Blade 4. Remember, Blade 4 has two Ethernet links. So now we can have double the connection, double the reliability on our Ethernet network that we didn't have before on our earlier stuff. And then in addition to the redundancy, like I said earlier, what are we going to be talking to? A GSX can reach out to a cloud-based automation system and control levels. It can use its own built-in codec in Blade 4 to contribute to another show. You could originate a show here in New Bern, and I could send that all the way up to Premier Networks in Sherman Oaks, built from Blade 4 to Blade 4 without any external hardware. So we've really streamlined the workflow, and our customers have to actually buy less equipment now to do some of this remote broadcasting stuff.
Well, we wish you luck with it, and folks can find more at wheatstone.com. I do have to ask you though, I can't help but notice GS in the product name. Is that short for the owner of the company?
Well, as many people know, Gary Snow founded the company back in the 70s, and everything that we design and the aesthetics and ergonomics all have his fingerprints all over it. And Gary's still in charge of our design here. So yes, part of that is, but as we were developing this beauty, we kept saying, this is a great surface. This is a great surface. So when it came time to name it, between Mr. Snow and Great Surface, GSX seemed like a perfect fit.
Jay Tyler, thanks for being part of our webcast today.
Thanks for having us, Paul.